In order to make their idea for a game into a reality, this team needed to effectively communicate it to other people.
How do you document every single choice or every single detail in a game? I really want you to be conscious of what the framework looks like, because whether you iterate or whether you write, you'll have a better sense of how to do this.
Here are some things they included in their design documentation and pitch. A working title and a brief description.
Yeah, our game is called Ripple Effects. It's a history-based stealth action game, and you play through a series of different levels to experience life as it was in the historical context of the levels.
The game's story.
You play as Booth. You are an agent for the TSA, which in this game is the Tremor Security Agency, kind of like an alternate reality version of the actual TSA. And it's your job to make sure that people who are time traveling don't mess up the past and cause repercussions in the future, which we call tremors. Damianus stole a powerful prototype time traveling device and lets him time travel freely through your past. So you have to go back through time and chase him through all these historical events that he's going to try and change.
The player experience.
Really figure out kind of a 1 or 2 sentence description of what the game is, okay, and what it is that the player is supposed to do.
They thought about things like, what is the game structure? What are the elements of play and important features that enable the game?
You want to get very quickly to the goal and the sub-goals.
I do not expect the house to fall, but I do expect it will cease to be divided.
They talked about the game flow and the story elements as they related to the game challenges.
Dedicated to the proposition that all men just want a peaceful alliance with the Confederate States of America.
Player accounts and reporting.
And we have our game aimed at teens, young adults, ages ranging from 13 to 18.
They considered what information should be collected from the player, and how does the game keep track of her progress, both for her and for her teacher.
We said that the game would be played at home on your computer, and your teacher would assign each level as homework, corresponding to what you're talking about in class, in your social studies class.
To see basically what the kids in the class had learned from the events.
Interface and navigation. What kinds of menus, tools, and information sources can the player navigate?
If you are really thoughtful about your prototype, you will have a bunch of if-thens as your players play with your pieces that are very carefully scripted, that if they make a decision, you can say, okay, you've done this, we're going to flash forward, and this is now the scenario, and this is what you have to do.
Examples of look and feel. These can be original or samples from other works that have inspired a concept or informed a design. This team said, it's like Time Cop meets Splinter Cell Conviction.
With just a little bit of a red badge of courage thrown in there. Just for, I say just for fun.
You have 2 primary audiences that you're designing for, okay? One is teachers and one is students.
Using this simple design framework, this team effectively communicated their essential ideas.
And it's not only going to help us understand what it is that you're designing, but even as you guys have discussions, it's going to help you as a team clarify that you're all on the same page and designing the same kind of game.